Good morning, welcome everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and today I'm going to be giving you some prediction readings for the 10th of February. Now I am outside here with the doggos. It's a little bit cooler today, but it's kind of nice. We've had some really hot weather, so it's actually nice. We've had some rain and it's not too wet this morning, so I thought I could come out and shoot. I brought the doggos outside. I've got Sophie here is sitting in the dirt as usual, but Sprocket's wandering around aimlessly, of course, right behind the camera. I've tried to move him, but he's on some sniffing trail, so he's behind the hedge, so he'll probably pop out at some stage or other. So be warned, we know what he's like. He seems to magnetise to the camera. First off, guys, welcome anybody new to my channel. Please hit the like buttons, consider subscribing, and of course, please comment down below. It's great to hear from you guys. We find out what's really going on in our countries. We often don't hear about these things on mainstream media, do we? Example, i.e. protests in the UK, etc. We never seem to get that. First off, guys, update on my hip infection. It's quite bad. They've been giving me staph antibiotics, so I'm presuming it's like a staph infection. Painful as anything. It's very inflamed. It's quite large too. It's about that big, but it's come to a bit of a head, which is a good thing. And my poor hubby was squeezing a pus out of it yesterday, so it started to ooze pus, which I know sounds horrible. Sorry to share, but I know you guys like to know what I'm up to. Jen, is that the cream you suggested? The is it lidocaine? I'm hoping I got the right gel at the chemist. So I have been to the chemist. I need some soothing cream to put around it. It is sore as anything, guys. But as we all know, the pus coming out is a good sign because it might mean I'm on the way to healing. So fingers, guys. And there was quite a lot, and it's sore as hell today. So still don't know what the wound is. My ultrasound's on the 17th. Still don't know whether it's a internal boil, an infected cyst, an abscess, I don't know, but very debilitating nonetheless. But I'm usually not too bad in the mornings. I've had some pain relief, so here I am. Here comes Sprocket. Oh yeah, he's looking for his strawberries as usual. Oh, Sprocket, never boring. I hope you guys went on my Facebook and saw the picture of him in the shower the other day when we had that really hot day on Friday. All I saw was his head sticking out of the shower. He goes and lays in the shower cubicle when he's really hot. Because wolfhounds, as you know, he does. He feels the heat. So he goes searching for the cool spots. Okay, enough of me and my shenanigans. Let's get on with the admin first, guys. The poor old Star Casino here is struggling. Yeah, the poor old casinos, they do it very tough when there's a cost of living crisis, because people don't have the extra cash. So the casinos are reaching out to government because they really need help and support. Can you even believe it? Honest to God. I'm sure they've made enough money over the years, these casinos, to bloody kill it. But no, they're crying poor me. So that's the latest. Star Casino asking for more money. Oh, cheers, everyone. I have got my peppermint tea this morning. I've already had my coffee, guys. The other thing is there's huge problems in Sydney and Melbourne with this smart gate digital passport system on the phone. Of course, there's always the new systems on the phones. And it's holding people up to 14 hours as people travelling overseas, etc. There's huge technical faults. So things aren't running as smoothly as they wanted them to. And we sort of know this happens because, for example, when the Wi-Fi goes down and you can't use your cards on your phone, etc., etc. So they're having huge problems and airport delays, surprise, in Sydney and Melbourne due to the SmartGate digital passport systems. Oh, it never ends, does it, guys? The other thing is we've got Harry and Meghan. Yes, the Royal Kardashians always still on their privacy tour, obviously. Harry and Meghan opening the Invictus Games, which is, look, to be honest, a positive thing. If they're going to do something, they might as well do something positive like that in Canada. I'm sure if you're living over there, I've got a lot of viewers over there. So that's a positive thing. So we're going to see a little bit more of them in our faces, I'd say, with this Invictus Games. I'm sure it'll go for a week or two. Oh, it's so peaceful out here today. There's not even a lot of birds, is there? really quiet, isn't it? The other thing, did you hear Trump talking about Harry and Meghan? I'm sure you have if you're in America. He feels sorry for Harry, I think. He said Harry's not the problem, it's Meghan that's the problem. How's Trump? He's so entertaining, isn't he? He really is. Isn't he moving and shaking everything? I love it. I think it's just great. All the tariff stuff. He's just vibrationally shaking up the whole world, isn't he? It's what we wanted to happen, wasn't it, guys? And the other thing is, in America, of course, you got your Super Bowl, you got the Chiefs and the Eagles. We've even got an Aussie playing in the Eagles team. So have fun with all that. I see it was at New Orleans. You have that. They were so excited. It's like a great big party atmosphere. A lot of great vibes happening in America. It's really good to see for a change. And of course, the other thing, we have to talk about, very scary. Fear porn was the word we were thinking of the other day, guys. Victoria. Everything happens in Victoria here, where the capital city of Melbourne is, the most lockdown city in the world other than Panda. We've got the bird flu event. Of course we have, because Victoria follows a narrative and a agenda to a T. Egg farms being locked down, egg shortages, fear, don't eat an egg, whatever you do, or a chicken. And they're blaming the wild birds. Yep, because the free-range chickens are mixing with the wild birds. Can you believe this nonsense? I've never heard more crap in my life, guys, and it really does annoy me, I have to say, this whole bird flu nonsense. I know you've just probably gone through it in the UK and everywhere else, but it's just mental. I don't think anyone's even listening to it, to be quite honest, because no one talks about it. Do they? Like, did you hear about the terrible bird flu? No one's talking about it, because no one can even afford to spend any time thinking about it, because they're all trying to live and financially survive. It's just nuts. And they're killing thousands upon thousands of chickens. For what reason? Oh, and of course, it's a different strain to all the other ones we've had. And I'm just over this, guys. I know you guys are over it. Anyway, let's get straight into the reading and we'll see what comes up. Oh, I'm getting EV bike sales. I keep telling you, there's heaps of fires here around these lithium-ion batteries. This is going on, but the EV bike sales are now dropping. People are starting to become aware, because there's news stories on every day about these EV charging fires. So I'm getting EV bikes, EV scooters, their sales are dropping now. No, it's not going to work so well, is it? We were talking about it the other day. They want us living in our 15-minute cities and our 20-minute neighbourhoods and just driving our EV bikes and scooters, like, all very good for the environment. Not. So it's not going so well. I'm getting the sales are dropping, and this is globally. This is everywhere. Not just in Oz, this is everywhere. Because these sales took off really well in the beginning, because everybody was like, oh, wow, this is really energy efficient stuff. And now people are realising, wow, these things are really dangerous, and maybe it's not the road we want to go down. So I am getting these really big drops in sales. A little bit like the Teslas and EV cars. The sales are not just rising like they once were. All right. Oh, God, they're showing me visuals of clown faces, like the emoji clown. We always talked last year about Clown Show 2.0. Well, it's continuing. We've got Clown Show 3.0 now. There's still more crap coming out that they're trying to push. And we know. They've recently had their Davos meeting, blah, blah, blah. They're very important Davos meetings that all, are saving the world. All these handful of global losers, we would call them, but they call themselves global elites with lots of wonderful knowledge coming together to help save the world and save all of us little people and peasants from our terrible fate of extinction. So I'm getting Clown Show 3.0. We can call it Clown Show 3.0 because it's just going to continue. It's going to continue. Oh, they're just it's saying the destructive path of nonsense is a destructive path of nonsense, which we know it is here. Us BS detectors have been aware of this for a very long time. It's nothing new to us. because we don't believe the nonsense, bullshit, garbage and lies that they feed us. We see through it. We just see it as trickery. The smoke and mirrors show. So Clown Show 3.0, they're calling it. I'm just seeing these real strong visions of Trump really rising into his power. He's really taking charge of his country. It's just showing me him with this, it's almost showing me him in this robe, like with his hands out, like rising up, just rising up into his power and his strength. He was downtrodden for a long time. I guess if we think about all the court cases he got dragged into and blah, 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 and all the nonsense, he found it exhausting, whereas now I feel like he's being really re-energized. It's like Trump being reborn. That's the image that I'm getting. And I know it sounds crazy, and for anyone religious out there, I hope I don't offend you, but it's showing me like Trump on the, on the cross. Trump was on the cross, and then you know how they make him cart his cross, this is the Jesus story, into the cave, and then he's like resurrected and he's reborn, and that's just what I'm getting for Trumpet. He's completely being reborn. But this is how people are starting to see Trump. And I don't think it's not going to be everybody, of course not. But he's got this like holier than thou image now, because he's really making changes in America. He is turning your country around for the better. And he's also making changes that are helping other countries for the better. We're all going to feel this filter down to us. We are. And I'm not saying, oh, here he comes. Oh, good boy, Sprocket. I'm not saying he's perfect. Careful of Sophie. He almost has to walk right into her. It's all right, Sophie. He's just smelling you. Be careful of Sophie, Sprocket. A bit of bum sniffing going on. It is good though. Hey, appreciate you guys talking about my doggies too, my doggos. It is beautiful to see Sprocket walking around. He's been blind for probably a year now, and he's really adjusted to it really well, hasn't he? It is good to see him enjoying his life again and just wandering and being a free spirit. It is beautiful, I agree. So that's what I'm getting, the angelic trumpet. That's what I'm seeing, him just being reborn again. And he's just embracing it. He loves it. He thrives in it. And you've got to think about it, guys. Not that I'm blowing his trumpet, but you've got to give it to this guy. I mean, he's, 78? And he's just so enthusiastic and so passionate about America that he really is going to make a difference. So it's the second coming of trumpet. Oh, we get some weird stuff here. I don't know why the guides give me this stuff, but we just have to go with it, guys. All right. Oh, I'm getting Starmageddon. And I'm getting he's in a world of pain. He's in a world of hurt. It's showing me him on a crotchety old walking stick, like walking along, like feeble. This is what I'm getting. He's so disliked. People don't want him in. He's not going to last. Please know he's not going to last, guys. Because we know he's all there just bringing in all the agenda rollout and just all the great reset and all the things that he's been told to bring in. But I'm just getting shown that he's going to end up just this feeble man who's just going to be kicked out. We know there's enormous corruption and crazy stories around this Starmageddon guy in the UK. But that's what I'm getting. It's showing me him like all feeble and just getting along like, what's the word? People, the people in the UK feel separated from him. They feel he's useless to them. They've turned their back on him, is what I'm getting in the UK. People don't want him. They don't want him. Not that you wanted any of your prime ministers over the past few years, but I do see change coming probably this year. He's not going to be there for long. And he's going to be worn out. He's going to be worn out. Because I'd say personally, from what I'm seeing, he's not going to achieve oh, look at him looking for food. All Sprocket, get out of gardens. He's going to be, he's going to be not achieving his goals because people don't want it. See, people, have been through a lot of this stuff with Boris Johnson lying through his backside, Sushi trying to implement things and it went down like a lead balloon, i.e. ULEZ tracking and tracing cameras, etc., etc. People will stand up and fight when they have to. There was some UK protests. We've been saying there's a lot of UK protests coming still. There was one the other day. I'm just trying to think what it was. It wasn't the farmers. It was different. So you're still going to have a lot of stand-ups, fight-backs. And he's just showing me him walking off with his walking stick into the distance, Starmageddon. That's a good thing. That's just what I'm seeing. This image of him as like an old man who's beaten down, really, by his people. It's almost showing me, you know what it's relatable to? It's almost like the Biden situation, where it just became a big joke and a laugh. Well, sadly, as we say here, elder abuse. It's like that, you know, Biden walking off stage. Well, this is what Starmageddon's going to become, because he's a big joke. No one takes him seriously. No one believes anything that comes out of his mouth. No one trusts him. So that's the sort of image they're giving me, him walking with this walking stick, almost like the Biden event where it just became ridiculous. Well, that's where the Starmageddon thing is heading. It's ridiculous. He's just not going to last. Because I wonder who you'll get next, though, is the question, isn't it? All right. People have a lot of power in the UK. That's why they keep standing up and fighting back. And we're not seeing it on any mainstream media here in Australia at all. So keep us up to date, guys, if anything's happening over there. We need to know, us BS detectors. All right. Getting islands rising. Islands standing up, fighting back. And, you know, we often talk about Ireland being a little bit volatile, but I don't think you even have to get to that point. I think now things are calming down, settling down. People are just really using their voices. They're realising that energy en masse with a lot of people has a superpower. It's a vibrational frequency. So I'm seeing a lot of, well, protest marches in Ireland. People want change. They want change. Getting the Maui government. Oh, those fires, there's still stuff going on. The Maui government's in a lot of trouble, I am getting. We know there's been a lot of lawsuits, a lot of things going on in the background. People were still fighting back, trying to get probably compensated by their government. I'm still getting that. But the Maui government's in a lot of trouble because they can't prove things. See, they don't have the footage. They don't have the what do you call them? The cops' cameras. Those cameras that show what was going on. A lot of things have been hidden and covered up. A lot of corruption in Maui, obviously, as we know, in Hawaii there after the fires. So I do feel like that government's in a lot of trouble. Because they have to answer to things, but there's like no answers. We know why. But I am getting that they are being held accountable at last, finally. But this is all these law things going on in the background that people have been fighting back. I can't see them getting their land back, but they may get compensated. And as per usual, it's the, here, take your money and quietly go away. This is what they'll try and do to the people. But they are in trouble, this Maui government, for, well, lack of professionalism, hiding evidence, etc., etc., directing people in the wrong way to go when there's a massive fire. I think they were directing people bloody into a traffic jam, weren't they? It was mental. Anyway, the list would go on and on in Maui. During those fires. So I am getting that. They're in a lot of trouble, that government. But of course, nothing ever comes of it, does it? There's always the inquiry, as we know, with everything, and nothing ever comes of it. So I don't expect anything to come of that. But they have been called out for their deception. Oh, did you guys see the Grammy Awards and the madness going on there? What is going on with the Grammy Awards? Speaking of, I just got LA fires, but it was about, a lot of it was about fundraising, wasn't it, for the LA fires, or dedicated to the LA fires, the Grammys. And that stupid Kanye and his wife was like completely nude. Like, what the hell? If that was anyone else, they'd be arrested for indecent exposure. But see, this is the old normalising all this weirdness and the control of people. And how is that even allowed to go ahead with paparazzi and all this stuff all being normalised? It's absolutely mental. It's mental. It's absolutely mental. And even that Jaden Pickett Smith, he had this black castle on his head. Did you guys see it? If you haven't seen it, you got to go watch this stuff. He had a black castle on his head which looked like a burnt out house. Like, meaning people in their castles. Like, this world is crazy. You got to go check some of these things out. Actually, last night here, guys, I know this is off track, but they had on 60 Minutes here the story of that French woman that was raped and drugged by her husband. And he would, I'm sure you've heard of the case because it's that mad. He had people come over and rape her and everything while she was drugged. Like, it's absolutely mental. But you know what I couldn't get over? It was in this French village. I'm sure you've all heard of it because it's a worldwide story. Is like what a psychopath he was. But how many other people got involved in that? They ended up, I think, charging 30 of the men. It was, I know a lot of you guys watch crime and that out there as well. It's completely mental. Like, that's what I couldn't get over, how many people were willing to go and rape her. Within this small, like, village area. They reckon they were within 10 kilometres or something. It was like 70 people. Like, this is mad. It was a mad story. And he did it for 10 years to his wife. 10 years. And the only reason he got caught is because he was caught in a local supermarket place, a Walmart or something like that, upskirting with using a camera. He was looking up women's skirts, and so the security at the shops arrested him or whatever, and that's how he got caught. They ended up looking at his computers and that at home. What sort of mental crap is going on in the world? And we all know this would be going on everywhere. Like, this is what I mean, getting back to the Grammy thing with the normalising. Like, how many weirdos are out there, guys? It's mind-boggling. Anyway, I just had to mention it because it was that crazy. I watched it on 60 Minutes last night. Hey, Spot, come here and say hi to everybody. Oh, God, this big boof, isn't he? Sorry, guys, getting off on a tangent. But, yeah, the Grammys, it's so weird. Just reminded me because of the LA thing came into my head after Maui. Just all the madness going on in the world. Just none of it makes sense. Oh, people are just losing their minds. But again, it's all that everything being normalised. Everything being normalised. That's where Trump comes into play, isn't it? He's actually starting to squash quite a lot of these things, like we were saying, the transgender men in sport with the women. Like, this is awesome. Sophie digging a hole. Oh, bitten by Mozzie, guys. All right, let's see if there's anything else, and then we'll pull some cards. Keep getting it. England's rising. You'll keep rising in the UK. You won't take Starmageddon stuff. You'll just keep rising. The marches will probably be in London. And I am seeing now that the plasticine marches are fizzling out in the UK, which is a good thing. A lot of immigrant issues still going on, a lot of confusion. Because now that, well, this is what's happening, see, the little people in the UK, the original citizens, are questioning a lot of the immigrant stuff now. Like, for example, if Trump can manage to kick immigrants out and send them back to their countries, then why aren't we doing that in the UK? Why are these people taking our jobs? Why are we being inundated with immigrants? I feel like the immigrants is going to become a big reason why people are still marching in the UK. That's just what I'm seeing. A lot of it's still going to be about the imbalance of society, the two-tier dharma, isn't it? The two policing. I'm still getting that. Sophie, please stop digging. Oh, she's uprooted all the tree. Sophie. Oh, it's very busy. You can hear her over there digging. Hey, I bought my Be Here Now book, guys. I thought we might do another page of this. Oh, those mozzies bite. After the rain, they come out, don't they? Here we go. I just opened it wherever. Taking breaks. And that looks like a nice place to take a break, doesn't it? There you go. Taking breaks. Let's read it. Taking breaks away from our daily lives and routines is essential for cultivating well-being, mind, body, and soul. Rest and relaxation reset and rejuvenate us, and a change of scene naturally and necessarily changes our view. While our differing needs and desires will dictate our destinations and the pace at which we will travel, seeking out tranquil landscapes, calm natural settings, and full immersion in the eternal now. Gifts a reprieve from what can accidentally become blinkered, embrace daily life. We may find a special place we love and return to regularly, all the while keeping it as a sanctuary in our hearts and minds. Excuse Sophie's digging in the background. A retreat to which our spirits may escape for relaxation in any moment we please. We may not have one place, but rather many different places to which we can retreat. Oh, sorry if I repeated that, Sophie, so distracting. As we delight in exploring new terrain and possibilities for peace, the temptation may exist to keep running at our usual pace while away, but it is in the quietude and stillness that we truly revive. While it is lovely to spend long stretches of time away, if we are able to, even a single night away, savoured mindfully, can imbue us with the refreshment we seek. A rested field yields a bountiful crop as we take time out in harmonious surroundings and disconnect even briefly from our daily reality. We find our senses awakened and our energy for life renewed. And I guess what they're saying there too, if you think about that, taking breaks, it's also like breaks from your repetitive life, like just doing something different as well, being that little bit spontaneous as well. Like, I know a lot of us spend so much time in our backyards. A lot of us are homebodies. We talk about that constantly, being so as sensitive as we are. We get affected by other people's energy, so we do get very protective. But it's also good to have new adventures and experience new things as well. That's what I'm getting from that. Always be open to discovering new things and new ways to find that sort of peaceful calm. And, well, bringing you that inner calm in your life, I guess, is what I'm saying. Let's pull an angel card. Oh, she's dug the biggest hole. She's sitting in it. Sprocket's sitting next to her now. They're funny dogs, aren't they? They're very loving dogs. Big dogs are very cuddly. They think they're like little chihuahuas. Sprocket will stand on your foot sometimes. You nearly scream. My daughter goes, "Oh, he's still on my foot." He's like an elephant. He really is. He's really heavy. Oh, I think global. You're being encouraged to spread your wings. Think outside the square. You are a citizen of the world. Expand your vision. Imagine the world within your heart. Embrace it. Surround it with love and let it be. And so it will be. We got that song the other day, Let It Be, didn't we, by the Beatles? Think global. See, this is happening. There's change happening on a very, very global scale. And we're aware of that. We know this is happening. Like the messages we keep getting. Oh, my hands are shaking. Like the messages we keep getting, guys, is keep standing back. Just let it all unfold. It's not our problem anymore. Other people have to wake up when it's their time to wake up, and they will. Can't tell me they believe all this garbage that's coming. I mean, look at the whole renewable stuff. My hubby and I were talking about that this morning. Like, straight after CV event, bang. They started with all these target goals for zero emissions and all this crap. And we knew straight away it was garbage. But other people believed it. But now it's all changing. People are thinking, no, the renewables isn't such a great road to go down. And it's not so great for the environment, as we know. All right. Appreciate. Be thankful for something that didn't happen today. That one always makes me confused. Be thankful for something that didn't happen today. See, I have trouble getting my head around that card. I've always had trouble with that card. Let's pull another one. Maybe it'll give us more clarity. Let's see. Sorry, guys, I must totally confuse you sometimes, but I know what they're saying. Be grateful for something that didn't happen. I kind of get it. Logically, I kind of get it, but it's hard for my brain to get my head around that. Third eye. Perspective, look for the silver lining. Aww, that's nice. I think we pretty much look for the silver lining. We look for a bit of joy in life now. We just don't look all the time to the negative perspectives of everything that's happening and where they're taking us. We know that it's unfolding and that people are seeing the light and the truths now, so it's not a big deal for us. Hey, I've got a song for you today that I just wanted to share. I was telling you about that country singer Luke Combs, who has been touring in Australia. I think he is American, yes. I was trying to claim him as my own, but as Australian. But I'm getting probably muddled up with all the Keith Urban stuff and everything. But there's a great song. It was playing on the radio this morning called Great Divide by Luke Combs. And I just thought of everything that's been going on in the last 5 years. And I think it'd be really good. It's a beautiful song, actually. He's got a wonderful voice. He's a country singer, but he's just got this great sound. He sings with like Ed Sheeran and different people as well. So go listen to him if you haven't listened to him. He's just got some great music. But I want you to listen to Great Divide today because I think it'll remind you guys of just what's been happening, all this division that's been going on in the world, the Great Divide. It sort of makes sense. Like, we have been divided, but we're also being divided in a way that there's the awake people and then there's the asleep people, but more people are awakening. Like the Great Divide, I guess you could say the gap is closing, is probably the way I'm seeing that song. So go listen to The Great Divide by Luke Combs. See if you can find it on Spotify. It's a great song. I'm going to say goodbye from me and the doggos today. Birds are so quiet today, maybe after all the rain. I'll see if I can show you them. Who have we got? There's Sophie in her hole. There's Spocky. There's Sophie. Dug the biggest hole. Have a look at it, would you? What a circus they are, honestly. Don't forget, guys, like buttons. Please feel free to comment, and I'll talk to you very soon. Take care, everyone. Have a really wonderful day. Bye, everyone. Bye.